Hey, Brew Crew, welcome back to People's Choice, the series where I ask you questions about board gaming and we all get to share our thoughts and our stories. This week's question was a fun one. What game has given you the best story to tell afterward? You know the kind of game I'm talking about, the one that doesn't just end when you pack up the box. You're still sitting around the table, reliving the last few turns, bragging about that brilliant move, or explaining why your friend's betrayal was actually justified. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. Board games have this amazing ability to create memories. They're like little storytelling engines that don't need scripts, just a group of people and some cardboard. Let's check out our first submission.
My pick this week is going to be Betrayal at the House on the Hill. I really like, this is one of my favorite games. And there's this really funny time where my brother threw dynamite at my father, who was the traitor, and just instantly exploded, and the game was over instantly.
That game makes me sad. I had so much cool stuff I could have done.
Just nope.
And like one turn, it was over. So that's a story, but that's not a very good story for me. But it's memorable, right?
It was fun. It was funny.
It was funny to everyone but me.
Yeah, and I won from that, so I'll take it.
I can laugh about it now. How about that? Okay, so my pick this week is going to be Final Girl. Specifically, I had a scenario where I was fighting zombies in the poltergeist house, and I stood at the doorway with a shotgun, and those zombies could not get in. And it went fantastically. Only a couple of people freaked out and jumped from the windows and onto the streets and killed themselves. Only happened a couple of times. But seeing this as a solo game, I experienced the story by myself, and I have no one to talk to about it until now. All right. I guess that's it. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
That's exactly what I love about this hobby. When something totally unexpected happens and suddenly everyone's laughing, scheming, or yelling accusations across the table. You couldn't write it better if you tried.
G'day, Clay and the Brew Crew. It's Stuart down in Melbourne, Australia. For this week's People's Choice topic about games, we can have a story afterwards. I think some of the games that we've really enjoyed are the clue-based games like Dixit, 221B Baker Street, where some of the clues that people have given, you kind of look at them afterwards and go, what part of your brain came up with that clue? So there's been some funny stories after those games. Epic adventure games, like we had an epic game of Zaya, Legend of a Drift System, where I kept getting stuck in the black hole and it kept sucking me back in, and people keep reminding me of that every time we bring that one up. We've had some epic games of Rock Hard 1977, where certain people have taken too much candy on their last turn and ended up in rehab or recovery and ended up losing the game on their final turn. Obsession, where we all get into character with Victorian accents and, have scandalous affairs with people. And some of the latest ones that we've enjoyed, which we need to play a bit more with stories, are Vantage and Tales of the Arthurian Knights. So I'm sure they'll develop a lot more stories as we go. But those are my picks for this week. See you in the next one.
Those are all great choices, and all of them really create those kind of stories that stick with you. The best part is, even if you didn't win, you'll probably still walk away with a tale that you'll be telling at game nights for years.
The first game I ever played of Arkham Horror 2nd Edition, my friend Rachel played Sister Mary, who starts at South Church. And during the setup, monsters spawned right outside the church, and the monster we drew was called the Maniac. So Sister Mary's in the church, game's just started, has no equipment, nothing that can help in combat. So she decides she's just going to take an encounter in the church, see if she finds anything helpful. Turn 1, draws a card, doesn't find anything. Turn 2 comes around. Another card, another encounter, nothing helpful. By turn 3, she said, "This is ridiculous," steps outside, engages in combat, rolls the dice, and defeats the Maniac. Turn 1. We played this game for years. We loved it. We played as often as we could, but we kept coming back to the story of how this game of cosmic horror and ancient curses started for us with a nun refusing to remain trapped in the church, stepping outside and beating a maniac to death with her bare hands.
I love how personal these stories get. Everyone's got their own little board game legend moment, whether it's a clutch dice roll, a perfect bluff, or an epic fight between a nun and a maniac. We also got a couple great comments this week. Mick from Our Family Plays Games says, best story? Well, Thunder Road Vendetta, all the destruction. Clank, running from the dragon and stabbing your opponents in the back. Above and Below, it creates a journey and the story flows out of it. And finally, a new one, How to Save a World. Did we save it or did we just get out of there? How to Save a World is a great new game pick. It does feel like you're playing Armageddon or Deep Impact.
Well, I'm only the best because I work with the best.
Liz from Long Distance Gamers says, so I make rules mistakes on pretty much every first play ever. First time playing Parfum though, thought each player kept the dice they chose and it made turn order so important. Ended up making it a house rule because of how well it worked. Now, she did add a caveat that is for 2 to 3 players only. At 4 players, it would be crippling. All right, for my pick, I had to go with Twilight Imperium. This game is basically an epic sci-fi saga crammed into a box. Every time I play it, it feels like I'm living through a Dune-level political drama mixed with Star Wars epic space battles, just with plastic ships. We'll sit down for what we know is going to be a 4 to 6 hour game. And by the end, everyone is emotionally drained but completely invested. And even after we've packed it all up, we're still sitting around the table retelling the entire tale of how the game played out. It's cinematic, it's brutal, it's exhausting, and I absolutely love it. That's the thing about Twilight Imperium. It doesn't just create a game night, it creates legends. Thanks again to everyone who sent in clips and comments this week. I love seeing how different games spark completely different kinds of stories. If you wanted to be featured in the next People's Choice video, here is the new question. What is your favorite spooky game to play around Halloween? It can be creepy, atmospheric, campy, whatever spooky means to you. You can send me a short video clip using the Google form link in the description, or just drop your answer in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, hit like, subscribe, and share it with your game group, because chances are they've got a few stories of their own to tell. Thanks for watching, and until next time, let's get another round for the table.